Good afternoon, happy Friday, Instagram and Facebook family. We are doing business strategies and tips with Lady L today, and we are going to continue going into our marketing tips. If you have not tuned in to any of the other trainings and tips that I've given, please visit my YouTube page, Lady Verne, Ladyverne. The titles for each question that we've addressed is listed in the menu so that you can go specifically to the area that you need to maybe hear for the first time or to hear on a repeated basis. Today, our question that we're going to answer is, what marketing resources should I use to promote my business? There's a plethora of resources, but there's at least 30 core resources. I'm not going to go through all 30 today, but there are at least 30 core resources that you can use to promote your business. Let's see. Those that have been following with me, you already know by now, you need to have your foundational documentation already situated, your marketing financial plan, or AKA financial budget, of how much are you going to allocate to the marketing aspect of your business, making sure that your business plan is intact and all the information that you need to be able to reach back and now start to position certain aspects of your business or organization or even your ministry together from a business perspective. So we're going to make sure that that's first place, because to go into all of the other resources, you need to make sure that it's fitting into your budget and your budget is not fitting into it. So it's whether you're beginning from scratch, you've been around for a couple of years, or you've been around between that 5 to 10 year mark, or you're ready to take your business to the next dimension. Get in where you fit in. That's my motto in our Magnet Exchange Group University. So once you've sat down and you figured out, okay, this is how much we're going to allocate to different aspects of marketing, you're going to look at the biggies. Facebook, for instance, Instagram, connect and contribute to LinkedIn. Now, before I go into a lot of the other social medias, it's about courtesy. It's about support. Don't look for people to support your social media if you're not supporting anybody else's social media. Like, subscribe, leave comments, leave feedback. So when you sow into other people's businesses on social media, people will begin to sow back into yours. Give that happy birthday or happy anniversary shout out. Give that congratulations when someone is doing something well in their business. If you're going to be a hater to other people's businesses and organizations, they're going to be a hater to you. You reap what you sow, bottom line. When you upload video, you can upload videos to YouTube, which I am loving that platform to do that, because I get to go to 3 specific platforms with what I'm doing, with the strategies and tips. So that is an excellent tool, and do your research in each and every one of these platforms. See how to monetize, meaning there's a certain level of followers that you need to get on each platform, and then these platforms will start paying you because you are driving traffic to their platforms, and you could get rewarded for that, basically. So again, sowing and reaping. When you are a blessing to the services and the resources that are being a blessing to you, when you do that in kind, it comes back to you in so many different ways and forms. Make sure that you're sharing and connecting on Twitter. Engage your audience on Instagram. I'm loving Instagram. I really do. Now, these are some areas I even still have to get my feet, I got to do more than just put my toe in the water. I got to just go into the deep. And that's giving Pinterest a shot. Try out TikTok. Come on. Now I even have to start getting on TikTok myself. So, but I just have to get the where I fit in. Just because other people are doing the things that they're doing don't mean you have to do the exact same thing. But one thing you do have to be, you have to be engaging, you have to be interesting, you have to bring some content that is eye-catching, that is ear-catching, that people want to really tune in and support with you. Google goes without saying. Make sure that you're listed. Websites, keep them simple, keep them clean, keep them attractive, eye-catching, concise, detailed, showing exactly what you do, the services that you provide, and your product line with deliberate intent, so that this way, as people are, because we have a scrolling nature. We just scroll. You don't capture our attention in the first 3 seconds, we done moved on to the next thing. We're scrolling up and down. You have to have that same sort of mentality with your website. What's that first page that will pop and make them want to listen to, watch the rest of your website? Search engine optimization, which is commonly known as SEO, is a set of practices that align your business with Google's ranking algorithms. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of all the SEOs and all of these platforms. Prepare a business blog. Now, to do that, you have to have something lined up to say. So my recommendation would be, what is the main message that you're trying to get across on a blog? Is it a series? Is it something that you do for a couple of days? Is it something that you want to bring an awareness that you can keep the content going? You may have to plan that content a month in advance so that your shows can flow, so that your blogs can flow, so that people are responding on your blogs, giving their feedback, their input, their opinions. And this will help you with so many different areas in your industry and for your business, because once you hear the voice of the people, you can meet the needs of the people. We talked about good customer service on the other day. Check back on the YouTube video in Lady Vern and go into detail discussing that. A business podcast, same thing. You are a broadcaster, so you need to have content. You need to have something consistent. You may want to look at, depending on your industry, bringing in guests that will aid in your industry and bring awareness. We talked about awareness the other day. That's critical in bringing the attention of the masses to your business. Ads. Now, when we're on the receiving end of the ads, they are annoying. They interrupt your message that you're listening to, or your preaching or teaching from your worship leaders and your teachers, and just hearing something inspirational. Here come that ad. Well, now it's time to be on the giving end of that. Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads. Get in the ads and let people know that as they pop up, you pop up in their feed. Oh my God, if they pop up in my feed one more time. But then there comes that day or that opportunity where you say, let me see what these people are talking about. And come to find out, I have gotten so much practical application to my personal life through listening to some of these ads. It made me do some additional research, some other digging on my own about certain things, especially medically. When you get on this side of the age pendulum, you get a little bit more concerned about your health, let's say. So you want to be more educated that way. Online customer reviews. That goes back to my pet peeve about customer service. You are only as good as the individual people that you serve, that you satisfy, and not only do they come back, but they bring other people with them. The worst thing you want to do is have the attitude like your big conglomerate stores. Well, we know you need us, but I've seen so many stores close down. I'm going to take some people back. Remember Blockbuster? Now we got Netflix. Where's Blockbuster? Well, Blockbuster had the opportunity to get on the ground floor of Netflix, but they thought, there's something I want to say, but I can't say it this way. But they thought that they were indispensable, that they were going to be around forever. Things evolve, things change. Look at our technology. It is changing by the millisecond. So please don't sit back and think that you are the only game in town, because you're not. You're not the only organization that do what you do. You're not the only company that do what you do. You're not the only business that you do what you do. There's industries that you're connected to. You want to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. Let's see. An influencer marketing collaboration. I gotta say this, and I'm gonna combine two things, and in a way I hope it gets back to her, because I admire this awesome woman so much. I watched her through the entire pandemic, and talk about growing a rose in the desert. Well, this young lady, not only is she an influencer in the marketing of what she does, but she also make advocates out of her employees. And I'm talking about Miss Pinky of Slutty Vegan. That woman's marketing is off the chain. It is second to none. She engages her employees. She makes her employ. Now, I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm sure they do, because this young lady has popped up stores in cities, in states. So I know that she experiences the same challenges that everyone else does in business. But she's found her niche marketing wise to put her business out there, where she has lines wrapping around the corner, rain or shine. What I do, especially on Instagram, I favor all of the platforms, but the reason why I admire Instagram so much is the way they integrate, but the way they give people the ability to be able to watch and see how people have developed over the course of their business and how they market themselves out there. I've learned so much from the people that I have connected to, that I have joined their pages, and as I do my daily scrolling, I'm looking for a better way, because there's always a far more excellent way of doing what you do. And the best thing that you can do is learn from other people who are doing it better than you. Please stop hating. Let's celebrate each other. When you see people being successful, especially people of your own culture, support them. Support them with your purchases, support them with your feedback, support them with your encouragement. It means so much, because we're all out here, doing what we do, gifted in what we're gifting in, talented in what we're talented in. And it's just okay, really, really nice. And it's just good habits and good manners to say with a genuine heart, congratulations, you are doing such an awesome job. I admire your work so much. And your work, watching you, has been an example and a blessing to me, to help me step out and launch out into territories I've never launched out in before. Be kind. It doesn't cost you anything to be kind. Form partnerships, collaborations, network. Now that the world has opened up just a little bit more, and if there's networking opportunities, go. It may be a networking opportunity that has nothing to do with your business, but just go out and meet other people. You don't know who somebody else knows, that knows somebody else, that knows somebody else, that come to find out is in your industry. But because you formulated relationships, people purchase, they use the services of people they trust. And the only way you can develop that is by developing networking relationships. Do that. That is critical. That is, I believe, even more critical than all the social media you can hop on. If you're on all the social media but you touch nobody else's life, eyeball to eyeball, compliment to compliment, then what good are you? I'm just being straight up. Relationships, relationships, relationships. Networking, networking, networking. You can even go old school. Postcards, palm cards. Remember back in the day when people were breaking out with their CDs and their music? They were selling them out the trunk of their cars. But they touched the people. They connected to the people. They're able to reach back to them and say, hey, I really enjoyed that work you put out. How could I get some more? Face to face, I know we're going technological. I know we're going robot. I know regarding AI, artificial intelligence. But I'm sorry. God created us to connect to one another. So while we still can, connect to other people. You can still use direct mail and email. They have funnels where you set up your funnel, your business funnels, and it's automatic. Different things and promotions that you may want to get out, you put in the right type of funnel, it sends it out to your email people, your email list, so that people are always having something going on about your organization or your business. Advertise locally offline. If there's some cities in my local area, they still do newspapers. Put your ads in papers. Next door. Oh, please, you got to do that. Get into next door. That's within a 5-mile or 10-mile radius of where your business is, so that people in your local area know that you're there and that they can come and patron you. Attend trade shows. Attend anything that your industry does on that massive level. Again, email marketing campaigns, and just sit down and say, how am I going to let people know what I do and the services that I provide? And allow God to give you that innovation, that creativity, the ideas, the witty inventions. Pray for these things. God will give them to you. And I tell you, when you walk in the principles of God's word, where the world calls them fixed laws, or like, for example, the law of attraction, any law that you come up with, trust me, its foundation is found in the word of God. There was an old commercial back in the day, and I'm going to let you all go. And this is, I think, the very last commercial BMW ever did. Because after that, you never saw them on television anymore advertising their cars. Because if you notice, top-of-the-line cars don't really advertise because they don't need to. They are who they are. And this couple was going to different dealerships, and they would show them the top of the line of their cars. And there was one particular feature on each one of those cars they compared to BMW. So the couple looked at each other and they said, well, if everybody else is comparing themselves to BMW, why don't we just go get a BMW? If you are going to be unique in what you do, you want to be able to put the type of marketing out there where people say, well, why don't we just go to this business? Why don't we just go to this organization? They seem to have the top of the line service on everything they're doing. So go with the best. Strive for excellence is my point. Do all things in excellence. Do all things that represent you well. You want to be well represented. If you think you're going to give people bad service, bad products, bad attitude, and you think, well, they have to come to me. No, they don't. People will drive distances to get good service, excellent products. So get rid of the box. I don't know where that concept even came from. Because we're not created in a box. We were created from the earth, the fullness thereof, and all that contains therein. So where did this box mentality come from anyway? Reach for the stars if you land on, or reach for the moon if you land on the stars. You still did something. Step out. Do what you've got to do. This is a time where whatever you have been gifted, talented, and called to do, now is the time to do it. Everybody has been given a minimum of one gift, and it is your responsibility to find out what that gift is, develop it, master it, be an expert at it, do your due diligence, do your research, get uncomfortable, and be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because life is ever evolving. Celebrate those successes and then move on to the next phase, move on to the next step. Do what you've got to do to keep things moving, because life is waiting, time is waiting for no one. Let's get it done. Just do it. AKA Nike, one of my favorite quotes. Let's get it done, people. Let's bless people with what you've been given to bless them with, okay? With that being said, I will see you tomorrow, same time, same station, 12 noon. Have a wonderful, glorious day. Do something good for yourself, especially if you've been putting in your hustle all week to put your business together. Take a breather. Relax. Relate. Release. And let God put in to you what you've poured out. Let him replenish you, revive you, restore you, refresh you, so that you can start into your next week hitting the ground running and making things happen for you and your business. Bye for now.